Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Brad Clonch.
And I'm Quin Tran. We're so glad you're with us for CNTV.
We're starting the new year off sharing how innovation is changing lives.
A smart device is giving Chickasaw citizens a new view on life.
I'm a people person.
No one is a stranger to Jack Reardon.
Good morning.
As part of the hospitality team at the Chickasaw Nation Medical Center, he meets and greets people and gives them a helping hand.
That's what, I feel my calling is, to help those who need help.
He knows about the need for help. The 58-year-old Chickasaw is blind in one eye, his vision limited in the other.
And if I'm looking you in the eyes, from about here down goes blurry. I don't have peripheral, like I'm looking at you and most people be able to see out this way. Mine shoots to about here.
He has lived with limited sight since 1981. On the way home from Oklahoma State University, Jack was a passenger in a vehicle that crashed. The wreck cut short his track career, college studies, and nearly killed him. He suffered a massive head injury that severed his optic nerves.
Strangely enough, the hardest thing for me to get used to after the wreck was for about the first 5 years I would still dream in 2020. And then you wake up and you don't have it, and you're like, oh. But, I don't dream in 2020 anymore, so I dream in my reality.
For nearly 40 years, this has been his reality. He visits doctors often with hopes to improve his vision.
Then when I discovered a magnifying glass, I got it to where, this is how I read. Like that, and I just felt so blessed to get them, I was like, I'm in luck, I can still read. I just have to find a tool to help me do it.
Dr. John Garber says the Chickasaw Nation Medical Center now has new technology called the OrCam to help people see. The device, the size of a flash drive, clips onto Jack's eye patch.
You tap it, and then I point at the page, and it'll make a, like it's taking a picture, and then it just starts reading the page to me.
So was this physically possible? Sure, you felt like
I can set the speed it reads, adjust the volume, because the front part of it's camera, and then on the back end is a speaker. If I double tap it and hold it down, looking at you, after a couple of seconds, it will say there's a woman in front of you. And then if I say your name, Quin, from then on, when you get in within the peripheral vision of this camera, it'll tell me Quin.
Equipped with facial recognition, the OrCam stores up to 150 people's names to faces.
What's occurring is that it's taking a photo and it's translating. It's a whole game changer. It is a visual revolution.
The Chickasaw Nation is the first Native American healthcare provider in Oklahoma to offer patients this technology. Jack Reardon says the device is a blessing to Chickasaws like him. People, blind or visually impaired, can now enjoy their books again.
The smell of the paper and the ink, you need to really count how blessed you are, because you don't realize it until something leaves, and then you deal with it. If you and I were to read the same thing, it would take me 3 times longer to read it than it would you. With this, I'm right there with you, at the same rate. That was one of the frustrating things for me in the past. It took me so long, to read something.
It's such a fascinating device. Besides helping people to read, it can distinguish color and even money, tell you whether you have a $5 bill or a $20 bill.
It's an amazing device. To learn more about the OrCam, visit the eye clinic at the Chickasaw Nation Medical Center. A Chickasaw judge joins the highest court in Oklahoma. Dustin Rowe was appointed to the Oklahoma Supreme Court for District 2. Judge Rowe is known for his accomplishments in law, in private practice, and as a tribal court judge. He served as a Chickasaw Nation special judge and district judge for many years. At age 18, he made history, elected as Tishomingo mayor, the youngest mayor to serve in Oklahoma.
Our people are our stories. Our past is our knowledge, and our culture is our future.
The Chickasaw Heritage Series features the tribe's history and its people. The Chickasaw Nation produced a collection of documentary films and short history pieces as part of the series. The tribe has released a Chickasaw Heritage Series curriculum used now by educators and students across the state. Lesson plans for each of the documentaries correlate to the Oklahoma academic standards for social studies, Oklahoma history, U.S. history, and world history. Visit the web addresses on your screen for more on the Heritage Series or for information on the Heritage Series curriculum.
Visit the historic Chickasaw National Capitol in Tishomingo, and you'll see this new monument honoring former Chickasaw Nation Governor Douglas Johnston. Created by artist James Blackburn, the 7.5-foot tall statue stands near the north entrance of the Capitol. Governor Johnston was first elected in 1898 and later was the first Chickasaw governor to be appointed in 1906. He served as governor for more than 30 years. Learn more about him through the exhibits there at the Chickasaw National Capitol.
See wonderful photos and artifacts at the Chickasaw National Capitol and also at his home known as the Chickasaw White House. It's there in Emmett, Oklahoma.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of CNTV.
We'll see you next time.